When it comes to deer hunting, I mean, guys have killed some of the biggest deer in the world wearing blue jeans and a flannel shirt. And other guys are decked out in the best camo and got every cover scent and being as stealthy as they possibly can. So when it's your time, it's your time. But there are definitely certain things when it comes to playing that scent game that I think are very important. And I kind of break that down into two different things: cover scents and attractants. Let's start with the cover sense. I'm a big believer in when it comes to trying to gain every little percentage that I possibly can when it comes to deer hunting. And that's why I like cover sense, whether I'm spraying down, whether I'm putting something on my boots or whatever it may be. But it goes beyond just buying a product off the shelf. You have to kind of, in my opinion, put some things in your favor, especially when you're hunting in those up close means and methods. A compound bow, a crossbow, a handgun, basically anything that's going to get those deer right in your lap. Then you really need to kind of be prepared when it comes to cover scents so that they're not smelling you. We spend a lot of time hunting in hot conditions, whether it's early season in Kentucky, whether it's in Kansas, whether it's in Texas. There's a lot of times I have spent hunting in 80+ degree weather, sometimes into the hundreds. In that case, you're sweating. There's no way around it. So some of the things that we've learned to kind of help us through those situations make a lot of sense. And the first one is just common sense. Plan your way in and out of your hunting area so that you can leave as least amount of scent as you possibly can. I still remember to this day a big deer that we tried to hunt in Kentucky. We didn't really understand where our stand was. It had been set by somebody else and we were trying to sneak in there, walked across the food plot, and sure enough, the deer came in there, smelled them, boop, they were gone. They smelled our feet when we were walking in. Big mistake on my behalf. I knew better than to not have rubber boots on, but on that trip, I didn't put my rubber boots on. So if I'm walking into an area that I know I'm gonna have to cross locations that the deer might cross, I want to wear my rubber boots. Now, I'm not saying you gotta climb up in the stand with them all the time, because a lot of times I'll actually take them off when I get there, put my lightweight boots on so I'm more comfortable up in the tree, but I'm trying to eliminate tracking scent. I may have bought gas in those boots. Who knows what else? I may have put them on and I'm tracking something that those deer don't need to smell, because a deer's nose is incredible. There's millions of receptors in there. They pick up scents that we don't even know are out there. And if it's anything that is unusual to their area, they're gonna go on alert. And when a deer goes on alert, basically what's happening is you've got one strike against you. They smelt something. They smelt where you walked. They smelt a change in the wind, the sweat off of you, or whatever it may be. And they're gonna raise that head up and they're gonna start working that area. They're gonna start sniffing around. You'll see them. They're really looking at it. After their nose is alerted to you, they've got their eyes and their ears on alert. You'll see those ears move in different directions. Those eyes are working different directions, and they're trying to pick you off. You can definitely overcome that by having the cover sense, wearing the rubber boots in, and possibly overcome those deer that have picked up something. But if it's an old smart doe or a really smart old buck, probably gonna hear them stamp, probably gonna hear them blow, and the next thing you're gonna see is that white tail flagging as they run off in the distance. Or you may never even see that deer. I've had many hunts where they pick me up a long way away and they start blowing. I'm like, what are they blowing off of? Well, the thermals or whatever it may be have lifted our scent to them and they've picked us off. Next thing that's going to get you in a blind is the sounds that when you're out hunting. A lot of times our hunting opportunities are in low light, early morning and late evening, and that's often the times when the wind isn't blowing as much to help cover or force our scent one direction as well as cover our sounds. Just that sound right there of when you're drawing your bow, man, I mean, that's gonna put a deer on alert. And once a deer goes on alert, they tense up, and you hear about that duck in the string situation that can happen so often. So you've gotta practice to be as quiet as you possibly can. Get your arms out away from your body. Pick the right clothing. When you walk through the Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's store, put your hand up there and grab that camo, run it across, ruffle it a little bit. If it's super quiet, that's the stuff you wanna pick up to go bow hunting. And it will really pay off for you in a lot of those different hunting situations. All of that plays a role. Paying attention to your cover sense when you're walking in, being prepared with a plan to get in and out of an area. Rubber boots is a big key to hide that scent once you get in there. Your clothes not being super loud while you're up in a stand in those up close type of hunting situations. All of that will help add up to an opportunity to get that shot off and hopefully put the trophy buck of a lifetime or fill your freezer.